Hey guys, here we go into round 5, Canelo versus Liam Smith in preparation for Gennady Golovkin. So be mindful that a lot of things that he's doing in this fight, I'm going to be comparing them to how, they might kind of show up against Canelo or against Golovkin, right? Mistakes that he might be making that he might not get away with against Canelo or whatever. So in context, right? It's not in context of the ass beating that he gave Liam Smith, because we all know that Gennady Golovkin is not Liam Smith. It's in terms of how these strategies and the things he's doing are going to work against someone like Gennady Golovkin. So anyway, let's go ahead and get into the round. I gotta turn that shit off. Comes out, and again, same with the last few rounds. Decent active guard, coming out, jabbing hard, taking control of the center of the ring. But then, immediately kind of like giving it away, right? Like the jab, it didn't work to keep Liam off of him, and Liam's feinting him, trying to get, position and get Canelo out of position. But you got to wonder, like, why is it that, like, look at how simple this is, right? A little bit of a feint, create space. Why is it so difficult for him to keep Liam Smith off of him, right? One of the things that someone in the comments was talking about for the last video was that Canelo hurt his right hand in this fight. He broke his hand in the second round, and I thought that was really interesting, and it makes me wonder, like, how much of this film study is going to be flawed because we're not seeing Canelo fight with two hands, right? He throws a couple right hands, right? But I can definitely see how he could have hurt his hand, maybe hitting Liam Smith on the elbow, but because of the fact that he doesn't punch with proper punching technique, right? Because he kind of wings it out there and slams his hand into his opponent's body. The inside of the glove, the I don't want to say frail, but the more easily damaged or hurt parts of his hand are going to be exposed to those elbows, and also just not the most protected because of the way that he's throwing the punch. There's no padding there for that kind of stuff. But anyway, getting back to the actual fight, not creating space, right? Kind of eats a jab, and Liam Smith blocks his. But right there, that's really interesting, because that's normally probably where he would throw a right hand, and he doesn't. Eating some jabs, not controlling the distance, right? And when you're fighting a professional fighter, once they're in that distance, you're not always going to be able to get away from their shots. Boom, eats a couple of shots. Canelo eating another jab. And I wonder, because usually Canelo has like a pretty decent, he can catch the jab pretty well. And I wonder if the reason he's not catching the jab is because his hand hurts as well. So this whole film study might just be super flawed because of the fact that, oh, look at that right hand. No power on that. He doesn't follow through. Just kind of touches him with it. No power on it. Just kind of touches him with it. Does a good job controlling him on the way out. Ooh. Again, no power on the right uppercut. Let's see if we can... Yeah. And like a little bit of power on the second right hand. But again, remember, Canelo getting away with throwing all these combinations and these flashy punches because Liam Smith's not controlling the distance between them either, right? It's not like there's a lot of I don't want to say like intelligent boxing to make it look like he's not a good fighter, right? He's got great tools. He's fast. He hits hard, even though he doesn't always land with the scoring knuckle of the glove. And I think that's because of the way that the amateur system works. But he has great tools. He can find his openings. Just not the greatest at setting up his actual offense on his own. Like if you saw back here. Let's go back one more. A little bit of a clinching. That might just be because of his hand too. I don't know. Some good, cute movement right there. Oh, did I miss it already? Yeah, I missed it. I didn't go back far enough. Let's see. And he's landing around the guard, right? Finding the openings. Not exactly setting the punches up, you know. Although, to be fair, you don't really have to set punches up against Liam Smith. He doesn't have a very active defense. But setting your punches up like this and throwing like combinations like that, round in and round out, it takes a lot of energy. You know, whereas all you really have to do to set your punch up, you know, to land a good shot is give him a good feint, you know, probe, you know, do what Liam Smith here does right here with the block technique, right? Removing their block, removing their gloves so that they can't block a shot. And I think he lands one shot on there, right? But again, Canelo kind of letting him come in, and I'm not sure how much of that is because of the fact that he just wants to get experience. How much of it is because of the right hand. But as you see, like, he's not even really able to like answer back in all these opportunities, all these scoring blows, because he's not really even in punching position. You know, and Smith has him kind of smothered here, controlling his glove right there with his head. But you know, not setting those right hands up, so not really landing them. Just kind of hoping that Smith makes a mistake and splits his own guard. Same little left hook. And a wide feint. Look at his defense right here. He's never going to get away with these kinds of feints against Golovkin. Especially because Golovkin is really good at probing. You know, he'll have ways to kind of make Canelo act first and then catch him with big shots. Ooh, that was good. That was good. Touching his glove. Gives the feinting right uppercut, not a real punch. Because as you saw before with the block technique, and then unloading on him right there when he gets him out of position. Canelo's kind of waiting for those shots, right? And he knows the block technique, and he knows when Liam Smith is going to use it. He's going to throw that right hand, so he's been able to get out of the way the last couple of them. But gives him that probing uppercut to land that other shot. You know, really good stuff from Liam Smith. In spite of the fact that he's still like a pretty limited fighter. You know, he doesn't have the greatest boxing tools. You know, I don't want to say he's like sloppy. He's just not sharp, you know. Whereas Golovkin is incredibly sharp. Alright, pressing him. You know, moving forward, not controlling the distance, not really using his jab. Kind of the same feint. Lands a good right hand there, though. Alright, what's he doing here? Ooh, Canelo almost runs right into that hook. Almost gets caught. And that's because of the jab that Liam Smith has been using. Kind of, you know, the same trap that Canelo set up in round one, right? You jab, 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 and then you start throwing the hook instead, and your opponent thinks it's going to be a jab because you've conditioned them. So kind of interesting, you know, and that's how, like, simple of a technique it is, right? Even, you know, like, any fighter can do it. Lots of fighters do it. Usually takes a while to kind of set up, but, like, the fifth round is the first round I think that Liam Smith has kind of tried to throw a lead left hook. But, let's see here. Flashing that jab out there and throwing the right to the body. You know, I think it just hits his arm. Yeah, or it's a low punch. But, again, not really setting his punches up in the most intelligent way, right? He's kind of, so far, his most consistent feint is that wide hook thing. And then winds up on the ropes. Block technique, controlling him, and some good things from him, right? So let's break down some of the stuff that Liam Smith is doing. Pushes him to the ropes with the jab, touching him with the jab right there, you see? Touching him with the right to the body for a probe, and then goes with the left. Ooh, some more probing shots after he misses that right hand. Controls his glove, and then tries to pull his glove down after. Gets a right hand in there. And then immediately after he throws his punches, boom, ducks down and tries to get in his chest to where he can't be punched. Canelo doing some good stuff too. Let's get back in. So boom. Lifting his arm to create space, right? Catching him with an uppercut, and then another one. But, it's not really where he wants to be, Ooh, look at that big right hand that he lands, too. Canelo kind of rolls it a little bit. Boom. But I think that definitely lands as a solid punch. But, you kind of got to wonder, why does Canelo... That's not very sportsmanlike. Why does Canelo want to be on the ropes, Is it because his hand hurts? Is it because he doesn't know how to control the distance between the fighters? Is it because he's getting tired? Because if you watch him, he's very active. He's super fun to watch because he throws a lot of punches, right? But just throwing punches at your opponent and hoping that he makes a mistake so that they land is not always the most effective way to land clean and effective shots. And you can kind of see Canelo, picking apart one of the little holes in Liam Smith's defense. One of those holes being, well, two of those holes. One of those holes being on the right side of the body, throwing those body shots, and then also trying to split the guard. But not a lot of other work to set up his punches. Not a lot of, getting Liam Smith to act first. Just kind of, I don't want to say outwork him, but, and I don't want to say like trading blows, but each of them are fighting in spots. And it's just not the most effective way to kind of fight your opponent. Anyway, that's all for round 5. I'm not sure how many more rounds the fight goes, but I'll try to finish the fight out tonight maybe. Anyway, let me know what you guys think. Thanks, guys.